In this video, I'd like to show you these Puddle lights that I installed. They're really incredible. High resolution is an understatement. The video doesn't do it justice. It is crystal clear and pretty bright. You know, it's inside the garage with the door closed, but it's still daytime outside. Now, I will say you can't really see them in the daytime at all, but in morning, evening, they look really nice. Also, you get this upgraded look here with the double red lights that really kind of match the LED feature. Oh, they went off. But anyway, they match the LED screen look, if you know what I mean. So let me see if I can get the front lights to go back on. I can't. Anyway, this light here, the new light, instead of looking like, you know, a bulb, it looks like a screen, almost like an LCD screen. Well, these have that same feature. I'm really happy with it, and let me show you what they look like. That's what they look like underneath. They do create kind of a luminescent area here on the ground, so they function as a puddle light. Tonight, once it gets dark, I'll go ahead and show you that. But in the meantime, let me show you what the stock looks like and what this other aftermarket brand looks like that, you know, really is kind of a stupid design. But anyway, stay tuned. Show you these on the garage floor here as a comparison. So this is the stock light. It pops right out of the car. It is incandescent. I'm not aware, the rest of the car is LED, but for whatever reason they assembled this as incandescent. It's really kind of disappointing, but anyway, it's also designed so that you can leave the housing in the car and pop the little lens off so that you can replace the bulb without removing the housing. Next up, I'm going to save this best one here for last. Next up is the Chinese version from Amazon. This is, how much are these? $17. I'm going to go ahead and plug one in and show it to you. It's super cheesy. It's got like a glue here, glued the lens in. It is LED, but it's those cheap bulb type LEDs, not the new Cree LEDs. Same connector, same clips, you know, basically. But you know, if I would say that the original equipment is far better quality, of course, than this $17 thing. And this is not very clear, and certainly not what's offered by the factory anyway. So $17 option, not impressed. Like I said, before I plug in that one, I'll show you this. Okay, and then here is an option that I actually didn't read the listing very well. So this thing is meant to be drilled. As you can see, they give you a little hole saw here. They want you to drill a hole in your car and then shove this thing up in there. And then it shines, you know, the logo down on the ground. There's no chance I'm gonna do that. I tried to, there's a 30% restocking fee. So they were $99, marked down to $30, with a 30% restocking fee. So I'm not going to return these for $21. I think I'll just give them away or something. But yeah, they say they have the Porsche sign, according to whoever wrote that. But just, you know, beware of this. Most people would probably read the entire listing before they bought it. Unfortunately, I didn't. Okay, then the crown jewel, which is these suckers right here from Suncoast. This is Porsche Tech equipment. So it's basically original equipment or original equipment aftermarket, however you perceive Porsche Tech equipment. It's got a huge heat sink on it. It's very well made. It's rather heavy. It has this lens here that you cannot see the LEDs. It is a red color, but it almost looks black on certain angles. And it produces these two TV screen looking red images with a line in the middle. It's super cool. Also, here is the image that projects down. There is, it looks like 2 more LEDs up in here, I believe. Somehow this does illuminate light though, to act as, a courtesy light or a puddle light. And then I mentioned before, here's the heat sink on the back. It is some kind of pot metal to pull the heat off of whatever I would imagine to be a pretty strong projector. Anyway, that's a close-up look. 180 bucks. It's up to you if it's worth 180 bucks, but it is the best you can get from my perspective, and it is also original equipment. Porsche only produces a puddle light that shows their name logo, not the crust, like these other 2 products. So anyway, you decide. All right, that is a close-up, and let's go ahead and plug this one in so I can show you what this looks like. I assume if you're watching this video, you have this one, so you already know what that looks like. You do need a tool to pop this out. You can see, not very well, but I've already removed it, and that's the cord that hangs out. And let me just position this up so you can see me plug it in. It just plugs in, there's really nothing to it. And it produces, I'm not going to put it in all the way, but it produces a light very similar to the factory version. And then that is the crust you get. It does show the full image of the crust. Go ahead and move this towel. It went out already because I need to open and close the door here. But anyway, let me do that. I'll show it to you again. But that's what it looks like when it's out. Anyway. Okay, I just opened and closed the door, so it should come right on, which it does. And that is what the crust looks like. It's not as crystal clear as well, it's not clear at all, actually. It looks pretty good on the screen here, but in real life, it's really not all that impressive. And this halo that it has around it really looks cheesy, I think. Very, very aftermarket, very cheesy. It does produce a lot of light though, so it lights up the ground far better than the Porsche one, but that's what it looks like. Okay, this one is the Tech equipment light, and it is very impressive. So we just plug it in, and you can see that's what we get on the ground. And that's what it looks like lit up. And there is actually no real puddle light, I guess. It's just the image. So I was mistaken. When I show it to you at night later, you'll see how much lights up out here, but I'm not sure where it's coming from. It could be from that map light up there, but that's what it looks like. Not installed anyway. The crisp of the lettering is just really impressive. Okay, let me show you how I pop it in. So it's a pretty good view. Basically, you just start from the bottom. There we go. There. So you I made it from one side to the other. Once you have one side up in there, then you pop the other side in. To get it out, you just use that tool and start prying right here and right here on your factory one, and it will pop right out. relatively easy. I mean, I've taken this thing out 3 times now, and nothing has broken or failed. No clips have busted. But that's what you get. So we'll give it a minute, well, a little longer than a minute. We'll give it till it gets dark outside, and then I'll show you just how much light this produces when it's completely dark. Okay, I'm going to shut the lights out in here and try to feel my way over to the car. A little bit dark, but show you what I mean by how much light it shines on the ground. So there's no other lights in my garage, and that is what you can expect. I think most of the light is actually coming from up here inside, but it lights up the entire ground, follows the shape of the car there. That's what the red lights look like. That's what the logo looks like. And it's really sharp. Plenty of light. Anyway, that's what you can expect if you decide to get this logo Puddle light. Thanks for watching, as always, and please subscribe.